Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome to MGTOW. So, today I have a simple topic to talk about. Or rather, it's a simple video for a complex topic. I want to talk about cars. I want to talk about cars and how it relates to women, because I've yet to see anybody in the manosphere talk about this. And if you look at if you start listening to the fake PUA's channels, what a lot of these guys have to say about cars is, you know, get one, get the fanciest one you can get to impress the hoe, right? And you know, all you got to do is turn on the TV for pretty much any length of time, right? And you'll see ad after ad touting the benefits of owning an automobile, right? And you know, they talk about how fancy they are, how much technology they have, you know, what a complete marvel of engineering it's, you know, and a fine machine it is, you know, and especially, you know, the ads especially talk about how you're gonna be loved by other people if you purchase the car, you know. And you know, the faster and the more gasoline that it spends, you know, that vehicle consumes, you know, the supposedly the better, right? Unless of course it's one of these electric vehicles that are coming into vogue. So you know, this stuff needs to be brought into questioning, right? Because I enjoy riding a bicycle. Now I know this is not for everybody, and part of it is because bicycles have been demonized, right? They've been made into toys, even though in the United States more adults ride bicycles than children. So you know, selling a different form of transportation, whether it's, you know, public transit or even walking for that matter, it's pretty tough here in the United States, simply because people have been, you know, brainwashed for so long. You know, they've been indoctrinated for so long, myself included. Sometimes I think that is pretty, you know, it'd be pretty tough, you know, to abandon the use of my automobile. But it's not as tough as it is for the simps. I want to tell you a story. You know, my phone broke about a week ago, and I had to get a new phone. So you know, I can afford the latest, you know, the latest phone, whatever they got, you know, Apple 20, you know, the 25 or whatever, you know, whatever number they have going on, I can afford it. You know, I can purchase it cash without an issue. But you know, with technology, you know, my stance is I'm gonna ride the back of the wave, you know, the back of the technological wave. And so, you know, I was happy for a while. I had a $200 phone that worked fine for me. It was an LG, and it worked perfect. I loved it. And before that I had a Samsung Galaxy. That one I think I paid a little more for it. But anyways, and I'm not into the 5G thing, you know, because I've heard too many bad things about it, and I want to be on, you know, I don't want to be the first to adopt these technologies and get my brain fried. And so, you know, who knows, I may just be ignorant. But my phone was working for me until I broke it. You know, I mistakenly, you know, dropped it, and the phone survived because it had a casing, but the camera died. Anyways, so I went and got myself a new phone. You know, I paid cash for it, obviously. You know, to keep myself debt free, right? I paid cash for everything I own. And so, you know, when I was there, of course, you know, there was a family that walked in, and they were talking about, you know, thousands of dollars for a phone plan and different phones or whatnot. And you know, at that point I just tuned out. But after I got my phone, I crossed the street because, hey, I'm driving a tractor trailer, and why move a tractor trailer across the street? So I drove a tractor trailer. I left the truck where it was parked, and I crossed the street. And as I was crossing the street, there was this guy with a nice, beautiful, shiny 1973 Ford Nova. And I mean, it was in show, condition, in car show condition. Beautiful car. And I said, wow, that's cool, man. That's a nice car, what year is it? He's like, oh, 1973. Oh, okay, cool. All right, So I looked at it, kept walking, because I wanted to get a phone case across the street from Best Buy. And anyways, I kept walking, but behind me there was a woman, right? There was a woman, and I didn't know, she was behind me, but she was walking behind me, heading pretty much towards the same place, and in the parking lot, she said, I like your car. And right away, the simp, and I hate to call men simps, because we all been in that situation where we've been so indoctrinated to just lust after women that we don't question what it is that we're doing, but right away this guy's like, so when we gonna go to the car show? And I'm like, this guy's an idiot. I thought to myself, this guy's an idiot. This guy, I mean, I can't, it'd probably be hard for me to tell how many hours of working on that car, doing mechanical work on it, polishing the paint, maybe even painting it, to finding the correct paint for it, the paint for it, looking for parts for that car, finding the right tires, maybe doing the upholstery, or you name it. How much time did that guy dedicate, on that car, or to that car, all so that he can attract a hoe, because let's face it, a lot of guys out here, they don't get a car because they like the car. They don't like the features and the comfort, and maybe even the history of the car. They don't really understand, all the stuff that's implicated in owning an automobile. With owning an automobile, all the implications of owning an automobile, I should say. They just want to get a fancy car so they can press a hoe. And I said to myself, wow, this guy, this guy's dumb. It just hit me, because I was like, I've been red pilled now for a while, so I'm like, I just don't think like that, As a matter of fact, I've gotten to the point where I don't even get in the elevators with the women. I just avoid them. And so cars are a trap, If you look at cars, all the environmental destruction that's associated with it, including the air pollution, right? So-called global warming too. How it separates the haves from the have-nots. How it has taken over cities and destroyed cities. And how cars, in a sense, have also become the one thing that people fight over divorce, right? Second only to the house, right? And perhaps the kids. It's one of those things that really tears people apart. It keeps people in a very isolated, antisocial environment. The automobile. So a lot of guys out here are thinking that they need a fancy car to impress a woman. That without a car, she just won't date you. And I'm not advocating anybody goes out on dates, because I think it's too dangerous nowadays. It's a foolish thing to do, given that the laws are so up against you, that the system itself is so up against you. I think dating should be a thing of the past. And you know, men and women, you know, for those that are still out there wishing to find a suitable mate, suitable partner, and I don't mean that in an LGBTQ whatever way. I mean that in, you know, a man and a woman. You know, the car is not the way to go. I remember I had a girlfriend, beautiful black woman. I've dated women of all races. I've dated Indian women, white women, black women, Hispanic women, you name it. And this was a gorgeous black woman. I mean, she was taller than me. Most of my girls have, you know, my girlfriends have been taller than me, because I'm not a particularly short guy, but I'm also not as tall as the average person here in the United States, and so whatever, you know. But so most of my girlfriends have been taller than me, so it's possible. So I don't believe, you know, what the guys in the incel community say, that if, you know, if she's shorter than the woman, that you're automatically done. Anyways, this girl, right, taller than me, beautiful body, you know, and she was a decent girl. I remember the first time we became intimate, I could not believe, she told me she wasn't a virgin, and of course, you know, she did not bleed when we had intercourse. But I mean, I could not believe how you know, how everything was supposed to be the way it was. You know, at the time, I really do loved her. It was thinking about it, you know, still to this day, you know, the memory of being with her was a very pleasant one. You say, well, Padre, if that was the case, well, why did it end? Well, you know, all relationships end, and one of the reasons was her mother opposed me being with her, and the other thing was she wanted children, and I already had children of my own, and no longer wished to have any more children. And you know, but I was honest about it from the beginning, and she seemed to be okay with it. But as time went on, she began, you know, talking more and more about how she wanted to have a baby, and I was not into it, you know. I really wasn't into it, and up to this day, I still don't think I'm ready for any more kids. And you know, so those two things. And you know, she was younger than me. She was 10 years younger than me, you know. I was 30. Let me see. I was 30 at the time. She was 20. And you know, it was kind of again, the experience was a pleasant experience for me. I've always taken care of myself, so I look younger than I you know, than my age, or younger than most people my age. And so she was attractive to me, you know, attractive to me, and she was attracted to me also. And you know, it was a beautiful thing. But you know, there were things, you know, and like I said, she wanted kids, I didn't want kids, and her mother pretty much hated me. But that's what it seemed like at the time, until later on I found out that her mother wanted me too. And so that's why she was acting up, because her mother, you know, was, I don't know, I guess she was jealous of the attention that I was giving her daughter, and how happy her daughter was with me, you know. And you know, and so women are like that, you know. She got jealous. But anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. What I wanted to talk about was cars. And the reason why this one particular ex-girlfriend of mine came up in the conversation here is because I remember, you know, I had a nice car back then. I had a Scion XB. I purchased it brand new. It wasn't as hooked up as I wanted it to be, but it was a nice car. But she didn't even know I had that car because I had another car. I had two cars at the time. And mind you, this is after my divorce, you know. But in either case, you know, when I met her, I was walking. And I just said hello, and we began talking. And you know, next thing I know, I met her sister as well. And she was just attracted to me, and I was attracted to her, you know. And she didn't even know I had a nice car and another car, you know. So little by little, I let her know some of the things I had and whatnot. But even when I had, you know, when she knew that I had what I had, she wasn't after my money. And I guess part of the reason why she wasn't after my money is because I made it clear that my money was not hers, and I wasn't out to impress her with my money. And so, you know, when I see guys that are out here purchasing things, you know, whether it's a car or a motorcycle or fancy clothes or you know, you name it, you know, just to impress a woman, you know, it's ridiculous. You know, they really are shortchanging themselves, and the women know it. The women know. If you think about it, right, let's view it from the eyes of the woman for a second, right? You're just a woman, you know, walking down the road, down the parking lot, and you find that the car is nice, and you just say, hey, nice car. And all of a sudden the guy just jumps on you. Oh yeah, let's go to the car show. Oh yeah, you know. So you know, after so many of those instances, hell, you know, she might as well just turn into a hoe, because they're just throwing money her way. You know, so in a sense, you know, guys are making it harder for themselves than it should be. And I believe part of the reason is, of course, because, you know, of all the indoctrination that takes place in the mass media, right, in their minds. But that's why we're here. You know, that's why the MGTOW men are here, to kind of shed light on some of these issues, you know. So it's not necessary. And another thing is this going back to the topic of, you know, the subject of my ex. I remember, you know, when she wanted to go to the movies, right? I remember there was this particular website that she would go to, right? And she would find free or discounted tickets so we could both go to the movies. So there are women out there like that, you know. The MGTOWs don't hate women. We don't hate women, you know. The system is really screwed up. And, you know, I've gotten to the point where, you know, I really don't want to deal with women nowadays, because a lot of them, they don't even know they're sick. They really are sick, you know, mentally speaking, right? They need psychological, you know, psychological evaluations, and they need to see, or you know, seek the help of a mental health professional, a qualified mental health professional, to help them deal with, you know, some of the stresses that they're undergoing themselves. And you know, women do have to change. They really do have to change. But that's not our issue here. You know, the issue is, hey, the system is up against us. You know, MGTOWs, we really have it tough, but we don't have it as tough as the other guys that are still out there hoping to get, you know, caught up in the spider web. You know, hoping to get caught up in the system without knowing that that's what they're wishing for. So anyways, yeah, man, let's just, you know, I don't know about you, but as for me, I'm gonna stay single. I find that I enjoy my peace, my quiet, and my solitude. And you know, I'm not out to impress anybody. I have a bicycle that's really nice. You know, you know, I've said before, I'm into bicycles. I love cycling, and I have a folding bike that I paid big money for, and I have a high wheel bicycle. you know, one of those antique ones. But anyways, you know, when I come out and ride my bikes and bike paths or whatnot, women, you know, as well as men, they say, "Hey, nice bike," or "I like that bike," or whatever. You know, we got to keep in mind. You know, just say thank you. You know, somebody says, somebody has, or says they like something you have. All you have to say is thank you. You know, why jump on them and say, "Hey, oh yeah, let's go to the, I don't know, let's go to the car show. Let's go to the car show." Come on, guys. You know, you sound desperate. You know, well, not you particularly, MGTOW men, but the simps out there. They sound desperate. They really do. The guys that don't know this information, and I suspect that they don't want to sound like that. I suspect that they want to find themselves with options, but they don't know any better. They don't know a better way to go about it, and it's their beliefs too about, you know, about women and relationships, and you know, the fact that the media doesn't often portray us as human beings. You know, people are confused. People really are confused. But anyways, don't buy fancy cars to impress a hoe. You know, don't buy anything to impress a hoe. It's not what they're after. You know, women, they like money just as much as men. You know, of course, they have a greater propensity to spend it quicker. You know, because of their emotions, right? They're easily, you know, more easily manipulated into parting with their cash, or your cash. But it's just not necessary. You know, it's not necessary. If you carry, you know, if you have something genuine within you, and you're not out to impress the bimbos, ironically, you know, that's the sad part. It's kind of ironic, you know, that if you don't show to these girls that you are after them, that's when they want you. You know, it's pretty weird, but that's just the way it works, you know. Anyways, but still, you know, staying single is the best thing to do. You know, in my opinion, nowadays, I think that's the best. And so, anyways, like I said, a simple video. I hope somebody out there benefits from it. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.